Yo, what up, what up, what up? I picked up this 01 Altima for super cheap with only 139,000 miles. You see how quiet she is. But if you're looking for the, oh shit, what the fuck is that? If you're looking for the distributor and crankshaft position sensor, they're right here. This is the distributor, and that's the crankshaft right there. That's a 10 mil holding it in. Just replace that, and for the distributor, take off this black piece. It's like getting held on by like 4 different little screws. Right there, right there. There's other two underneath that. Take these out. They're all numbered. You can't mix them up. They're all numbered. You see number 1 right there. Number 1 right there. 4 right there. So you can't mess it up. It's impossible unless you Ray Charles. But the reason I making this video because I bought this for super cheap because the customer didn't understand why it wasn't starting. I took the risk. All it did was just crank, didn't do nothing. I put it in neutral, crank, didn't do nothing. I step on the gas, hold the gas, crank, it didn't do nothing. And then after that, I automatically assumed it was a fuel pump, but I heard it doing this. I heard it doing that, like Byron. I heard it doing this noise. So then I finally was like, you know what? Let me just take it to the shop and see what's going on. Because at that point we're just throwing money at our cars and for it to be a 50-50 fix. So I took it to the shop. They wanted $1,200 to change out the distributor. They wanted $1,200 to change out the distributor, and $1,200 was to change out the crankshaft and the distributor. I paid them the $100 for checking the car out. Went to the junkyard. I pulled those parts for $40. It ain't never missed a beat again. It's been starting up every time. So I recommend you guys take your cars to the shop just to let them diagnose it, see what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And that way you can be like, okay, I know what it is. Even if it's like they really wanted $1,200 for them little pieces, you know what I'm saying? Like I could buy 2 of these cars for $1,200. Like, come on. But anyway, hope I helped you out. And then I also thought it was the valve cover. I mean, I got me a cover gasket. You see the blue right there, because oil was getting in that 3rd boot right here. So I thought the oil was preventing it from starting. You know what I'm saying? So, but I did my homework. That distributor is the brains of the operation for getting that the spark. So maybe the one that was with the car, that was probably one that came with the car, and it was just time for it to go. It was on its last leg. So once I changed out distributor, crankshaft position sensor, she starts up every time, no problem. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have to keep on guessing if it would start for the day or this and that and the third. So if you're having the same symptoms, then it's just keep cranking. You can hear the fuel pump. Then you can check your spark plugs, and mainly those 2 right there. Like I said, right there, 10 mil, and right there. And then another thing, take this back off, because you can't just throw this distributor on. You gotta take the back off, and you manually twist that part. There's a part in there that you manually twist. As you're twisting, try to push it in at the same time. It only goes on one way, so you can't mess up unless you're Ray Charles. So take that black back piece off and manually twist that. And once it finally goes on, you can also twist the whole. You can also twist the whole distributor too. So don't bring it up too far. Like, you see how there's a little gap right there where the screw's at? You see that little gap? It's kind of right. It's basically right in the middle of the screw. That's kind of the factory location for this car. So if this distributor's twisted too far to the left or too far to the right, it might not start. So try to keep it in the middle of the screw, of both the screws, and that's how this thing just started up. It started right up, and I fixed it right in front of the shop. So they didn't get my $1,200. So I know they mad about that. They thought I was a sucker, and they helped me figure out what was the problem, and I just said, you know what, I'll do it myself. How about that? But yeah.